Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Unfiltered Podcast. Now, right now, I'm kind of, merging some to-do things. I need to iron, and I think I need to do another podcast. Had a lot of questions come in, so what I do is I basically just write them down, and so I'm going to be ironing, looking at questions, and eating all at the same time because it's late. It's getting later, obviously, and I gotta get up early tomorrow, so who knows? I may only just iron like 2 or 3 shirts, but we'll see. I like talking and doing things. I just hope that you can see me, which I think you can. Yeah, I think you can. Who knows? Anyways, hopefully you can hear me too. So, damn, that smells hot. You can smell tea. It's kind of weird. Now I forgot to take this off. I'm gonna take this off. Okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna iron with this. This is disturbingly hot right now. Hello. Plus, I need to grab some hangers right here. Anyways, so quite a few questions to get on. Go ahead and say thank y'all, everybody, for tuning in. I saw that the podcast, at this point of time, it has 10 views, which is like, I think 4 more than, second highest viewed episode so far. I don't know, I don't remember what the second highest viewed episode was. I just remember its amount of views. So anyways, this is a Luxe Finish Premium Starch because I like my shirts to have a very heavy starch on them. But there's a bit of a difference between premium starch and heavy starch. It's just its finish. This one's solid, but it bends a little more, and then with heavy starch, at least that I think, and then with heavy starch, it's fucking solid. Anyways, again, thank y'all so much for the engagement and actually, watching everything, and then even putting in more questions on the forums. Now, these questions seem to just be a lot of like, hey, what's your favorite fucking color? You know what I mean? Like, that's one of the questions. And I'll answer that because I have multiple answers for that. But, like, they're get to know you questions. And I understand, at first, I think we started off just a bit with, like, hey, here's my purpose in life, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't expecting those questions, but at the same time, I guess we all start somewhere, and if people want to get to know any sort of thing about me, I mean, why not? It's literally like first date questions. Hey, so what's your favorite color? You ever go anywhere on vacation? Stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, anyways, we'll go ahead and start off. Where the fuck? Okay, there we go. We'll start off. I don't know if I want to start there first. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So, at first, one of the questions was, what's your favorite animal and why? And then connected to that was also, if you had to be an animal, like, I guess live life as an animal, what would it be? I mean, first off, my favorite animal. Now, I could go easy and I could just say a dog, because I fucking love dogs. But you know, that's generic. You know what I mean? So, like, who doesn't like dogs? Fuck cats. Dogs where it's at. Well, some cats are cool. Before people try to crucify me. Cats are cool. But a dog will, like, love you till the, like, last breath. And a cat will just love you until you stop feeding it. You know what I mean? That sounds bad. But anyways, I love dogs. More specifically, there's three types of dogs I would want. One of them is my main one, which is a golden retriever. I love golden retrievers. The second one is a Labrador retriever. They're very similar, just Labradors don't have as much hair to shed as a golden retriever, but they're basically the same thing. And then also just difference in the color of their coat. And then third would be the golden doodle. Love golden doodles. They're so, like, not only loving, but they're right there in between. Like, they look good, they have a lot of hair too, but they're also, like, I feel like, I don't know, I've never had a golden doodle, but I feel like they're just great dogs. I've seen quite a few people have them, but they're not the most popular dog, but popular enough, I'd say. So that was one, but my favorite animal is actually an elephant. And the reason being is because, well, first off, elephants have been around since fucking Ice Age. I mean, a woolly mammoth is an elephant. It's just literally a different color and has it, and you know, it's literally, I think, just a different color. And furry as hell. But, I mean, after a while, you'd get furry too, you know what I mean? And so, but anyways, it's an elephant. The reason being is because elephants are so intelligent. They're so intelligent. But they also will fuck you up, like, so easily. Like, you mess with an elephant and you will get fucked up. They will chase you. They're relatively fast considering their weight. They fly considering their weight. They're tall as hell, they're fat as hell, they're big as hell, and they're smart as hell. So they have brains and brawn, and that's what I like. But then if I had to live a life as a fucking animal, I feel like I'd go dog or cat, just because, like, other than Halloween, like, cats are fine, like, when it comes to, like, their lifespan and stuff, at least that I'm aware of. But with dogs, like, as long as someone actually cares about the dog that they have, it's gonna be a great life. But, like, a lot of people actually abuse dogs, and that's what I don't like, because I'm like a psychopath. Like, I love dogs more than people. And so I love a lot of animals a lot more than I guess people would. Yes, I'm basically ironing, like, almost the same shirt I have on right now. This one has stripes, this one doesn't. But anyways. Because I had someone ask me that one time. They were like, isn't that the same shirt? I was like, no. Anyways, I feel like a dog, as long as, like, I was taken care of, like, it's not a problem. But if I had to, like, pick a really cool animal, we're going either lion or we're going tiger, because you don't fuck with either one, but a tiger will also beat a lion. It's just, do I want to be in Africa or do I want to be in a rainforest? Like, I don't necessarily want to be in a rainforest. Like, I don't think I would want to be in Africa either, but it's open land. So, like, there's some advantage. Rather than a rainforest, I could have a fucking snake drop out of the goddamn sky and kill me with a bite. Fuck snakes, by the way. Fuck, that hurts. So, maybe a lion. Another question I had, I guess we'll go with the what's your favorite color? So it changes. But what I mean by that is it doesn't change like a fucking seasonal thing. I mean it changes like depending on what it's in. Like, so like when it comes to a car, my favorite color is maroon. When it comes to clothing, it's either gray or navy blue. When it comes to, let's say, anything that is like an object, it's a rainforest green or a just a dark green, forest green. So it just it changes because like this wall, it's like this wall. Like this wall, I think it's just white. Relatively. Maybe eggshell, I don't fucking know. Anyways, but if it was maroon, it looked good. It was just kind of like darken the place up. But if it was a nice green, even a dark green, it looked nice. Or like same thing with a car. Now, they're kind of experimenting a bit more when it comes to colors on cars, like in the blues and greens area. But you can't go wrong with a burgundy or I guess Bordeaux. I like calling it Bordeaux. You can't go wrong with Bordeaux as a color on a car. You just don't. Now, that does mean you're gonna have to basically park it in the garage because it gets sun damaged real easily. But you know, just take care of it. Especially in Texas, it starts flaking. But so does like blacks and any dark color of paint job that you have on the car. Anyways, so it changes, but yeah, like my sofa. It's I mean, if y'all saw it on the previous podcast, it's a navy blue. I love that sofa. If it was burgundy, I don't know if I'd love it the same amount. Same thing if it was a green, a dark green. It'd be cool. It just, I'd have to see it. I wouldn't naturally be like, yeah, that's gonna look great. I'd have to see it. And so, anyways, yeah, a revolving choice of answers to go from there, but of course it all depends on the product you're talking about. I don't have a generic one like for everything. Like for everything, a blue is good. About everything. Same thing with black. About everything, black's good. So those are safe colors. Same thing with even silver or gray. It'll be safe. But if you want it to look special, it's going to be a green or a maroon or something like that. Even a brown or tan. But anyways, so that's that answer. One time, just a little bit. I gotta eat. That's good. I'm having ziti. Pasta and 5 cheeses. Ziti. Anyways. Let me look at some questions. All right. we'll keep in the favorite thing. Favorite place to get food or varieties of food. So it depends. So like, if I'm gonna recommend a restaurant, of course I'm gonna recommend it. It's gonna be in San Antonio because that's where we live. But if you're gonna say ever or anywhere, then I got different places. So like pizza for San Antonio, for me it's Grimaldi's. More specifically, like Grimaldi's at La Cantera, because at La Cantera it's less likely they mess it up than at the quarry. Like at the quarry, a lot of times when you get it, the bottom is a bit burnt, which tastes good at times, but sometimes they overcook it and over burn the bottom. And it's a specific type of oven, I guess a brick oven or whatever, I don't remember what it's called. And so that is best used, I guess, that sort of oven for pizzas is the best you can get, but it also means like, you really control it. So you can mess it up or it could be great. But if we're gonna go pizza anywhere, for me it's at Via Napoli's in Epcot, Italy Epcot. Just because not only is everyone Italian there, and they got some, I'm not gonna lie, they got some good looking people. But, also good slices, good portions, all that stuff. And they do it great every single time. Or at least been there about 4 times. Never had a complaint. All right. But for something like a steak, for me, Longhorns is the easy choice. It's Longhorns. Best place I ever had a steak though was a place called Wendell's in Ruidoso, New Mexico, at the Inn of the Mountain Gods Resort Hotel and Casino. Sound like I'm plugging it, but regardless, that's where we're at. But best place I ever had any sort of meat from something. Also it was at Wendell's. It was elk tenderloin. Oh my God, that shit was exquisite. We'll say that. I don't know. Never had elk tenderloin, or never had elk prior to that. But Jesus Christ, I literally it's one of the only foods I ever smiled when I ever ate and smiled while I was eating it. That's what's crazy. Because for me, it's just like, damn, that's pretty good. But for this, it was like, oh my God. So yeah, definitely want to go back there. Eat the same thing. Cool. Now Mexican food, there's a place, I really don't remember what it's called actually. It's downtown. I just remember I went there for my birthday one time. I was like 13, 14. And the place still exists. It's a Mexican place. It's like on a corner. Looks kind of sketchy, but also has like glass doors all around. I don't know. Could have been called like Mamacita's. I don't know. I honestly don't. But a place downtown. Best Mexican food. And then, what other food is there? Like Thai, Asian, I don't like Indian, Mediterranean. Zoe's. Yeah, Zoe's was great. And then it became Cava. And I just went to Cava today. This shit turned that. Ow, fuck, that hurt. The fucking Kavas. Now, here's the thing. I didn't know much about Kava. I put in a job application at one time. When I was looking to move on from Chick-fil-A, I was going to go to Kava because they paid better, but also had similar hours. And plus, it was right down the road from my house. It was a few more minutes further than the Chick-fil-A. So I was like, yeah, why not? So I put in an application. And they got back to me and they were like, yeah, well, you know, we want you for these hours. And I was like, unfortunately, I can't work those hours because I still at school. And they were like, all right. Anyways, so that sucked. But walked in the other day, it's just a rebranded Chipotle. That's literally what it is. With Mediterranean food. Like, I don't like that it's make your own bowl or make your own fucking pita bread. I don't know. So I was kind of disappointed because Zoe's was great. You know, now it's just gone. Rebranded. I keep having to think if it's Zoe's because there's an Italian place that was always really good. It was Zio's. But I don't know, I don't think they have any more Zio's in San Antonio. And that we used to eat there all the time before they closed all the places in San Antonio. And I think that was like at least like 8 years ago. I don't know. Could have been less. Hell, there could be some places in San Antonio. But anyways, we don't eat there anymore. And so, I guess Italian food, I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess we'll give it to, pizza is kind of Italian food. Anyways, I'll go with Olive Garden. Even though I've only had Olive Garden once in the past, or twice in the past 8 years. That was kind of scary. Anyways. Yeah, I mean, I guess Olive Garden. Yo no sé. Let's see. Let's see. One question said, I fucking hate kids. Not a question, but, you know, I can partially. Okay, cool. I can partially agree. I hate babies, as in like babies, because I mean, hell, their parents do too. So like, what am I saying? Like, I'm not saying anything crazy, but like, I love like I feel like the best time to have a kid, I guess to have a kid and it hit its best age is like when it's like 8 or 6, like young, but relatively knows how to form sentences and knows how to actually think and stuff like that, and knows like how to behave. Like once you can have a conversation with a kid, it's pretty cool. But also at the same time, like, damn, like, you ever have one question was like, you know, kids are, like, do you think, I guess it was going back to what I was saying about how I don't like being judged on my age. It was like, don't you think kids are stupid though? But yeah, partially. They're just naive. That's the whole thing. But for me, it wasn't I was naive, it was just I was inexperienced. But again, I guess that's the whole point of being naive, is that you lack experience, so you stay naive. I was just like I could talk to you about, your fucking bills when I was like 13. But I was naive because I had never paid bills. I just knew about them and I knew what some were, but I never paid them. So to a full extent, I couldn't go there with you. I theoretically go there with you. So, but anyways, I think kids just make it sound so simple, or so much more simple than it actually is. Because it's just like, it's kind of like just a kid being like, well, if you don't want to work there, why do you work there? It's like, yeah, true, but it's not that simple. Like, I can't just leave. It's like, why not? Like, maybe just ask them to be your friend. Yeah, but like, no. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's kind of loud. Wow. My floors are shaking. Yeah, it is about to be midnight. Alright, hold up. It's about to be midnight, yes, and I still haven't actually gotten out of my work clothes. I got home at 10, but I got off of work at 5:30, and I got home at 10. And yeah, I haven't changed. I just forgot to change. But also, who changes? Well, I don't know. Another thing is, let's see, your favorite artist. Now, I'm going to, well, it was favorite singer, but I say artist. Let's see, favorite. Yeah, so favorite artist, Eminem. Just because it says some shit, then it's like, okay, that was alright. But then when you look back at it, it's like, yeah, that I didn't get that. I see why it was a bar now. It's just I like that it makes you think. Be some leader of something. Maybe Jordan Belfort. I love Jordan Belfort. Who knows? I just love to be someone that's fucking loaded or important. Or both. Well, if you're important, you're probably loaded. Regardless, that's where we're at. Alright. Okay. Another one was, what is the worst movie you've seen? And I gotta say, I was thinking about it. I don't remember. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe that's a sucky answer. But I don't. I know that I've seen movies where I was like, okay, I just wasted fucking 2 hours of my life. I know I've seen movies like that. I will say, one of the best movies I saw that I don't like, what I mean by that is, let me explain. It's Cape Fear. Cape Fear with De Niro. De Niro, like I said last time, was one of my favorite actors of all time. If not my favorite actor of all time. However, in that movie, he's so good. I love him as Max Cady or Caddy, I don't remember the name. But the ending was just so like, really, that was it? Like, or what the hell's going on? Like, I remember watching it, and like when the boat is like flipping out everywhere, it's like, it's so, I was like, what the fuck am I looking at? It was just so like couldn't pay attention to it. And then he just fucking like basically sinks and just is never to be seen again. Like I guess he died? Like, I don't, like, it was just like such a good movie. I just didn't like the ending. It was good because it was weird, it was creepy, it was all that. One of the weirdest movies I saw, not necessarily a movie I'd say was bad, but one of the weirdest movies I saw, I haven't seen a lot of movies. I've seen a lot of different types of movies, but I haven't seen like a lot of movies, I guess, like popular ones. Like, I never saw Shawshank Redemption or any of the Matrix or stuff like that. Or like Interstellar, never saw that. I haven't seen a lot of stuff. But like the old classics, like I've seen some of them. You know what, actually, I feel like I gotta update my top 5 movies list. Because there's one movie that should be there. Well, I don't know if top 5, but definitely maybe top 7. It's Goodfellas. But anyways, when it comes to one of the weirdest movies I saw was What's Eating Gilbert Grape. It was just like it was good because Leo was like, yeah, different in it. But it was just interesting to see like, damn, like Johnny Depp was like the hottest shit at that time. And Leo was like definitely up and coming. And it's just weird, like, damn, like 3 years later, Leo would star in like, I think it was 3 years later, like Leo would star in like the biggest movie of all time. Kind of weird. Seeing like him freaking the fuck out. I hated his mom. Hated her. In that movie. But anyways, it's a different movie. Wow, I'm getting tired. But when it comes to the favorite movies, I got, here's my top 5 list. Now, like I said, my top 5 list, I may have to, I think I'm gonna have to change one of these out and put Goodfellas in there. But I got Wolf of Wall Street number 1. Number 2, I got The Great Gatsby. And maybe that's because I'm the hopeless romantic. Jesus Christ, shut up. But The Great Gatsby was fantastic. I love that movie. At first, it starts off and it's kind of like, I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to immerse you in the period of the Roaring '20s, but at the same time, it's just like, it's kind of weird. I'm talking about Leo's the remake of it, the modernist type one with Leo and Tobey Maguire. That one was a great movie. And yeah, maybe it's because I'm a fucking hopeless romantic, and maybe it's because I love Leo so much. And Tobey Maguire is great too. Like him and, I don't remember what that one's called, that chess one, where he plays Bobby Fischer. Like, that one was great. Obviously him as Spider-Man, he's my favorite Spider-Man. So that one's great. I grew up watching those movies. Him and Seabiscuit was great. You know, just, anyways. That one. What else I got here? The Godfather Part 2. Now, The Godfather 1, I watched when I was like 13, maybe 4, well, probably 14. And it was, at first it was just hard as fuck to follow, because it was like, okay, what? And then when, like, everyone fucking dies, it's just like, oh, I see what's going on now, but I kind of don't, you know what I mean? Like, I saw it, and it was like, I definitely realized, like, damn, when that shit came out, that I know that shit was fire. Like seeing, like, oh my god, what happens next? That feeling. I know that was great. But it was hard to follow. I feel like I just gotta rewatch it. Number 4, is Django Unchained with Jamie Foxx, Christoph Waltz, Leonardo, Samuel L. Jackson, and directed by Tarantino. Fucking love that movie. It's my favorite Jamie Foxx movie. Second favorite Jamie Foxx movie is Ray, because I mean that was just fucking amazing. I also love Ray Charles, so seeing it was kind of like, damn, it's actually crazy. Like, he plays a good goddamn Ray Charles. Thankfully, Ray was alive for some inspiration. I think he either died shortly after watching the movie or he didn't get to see the movie, but I love Jamie Foxx. He's such a talented individual. I think we can all agree on that. And number 5 is another movie that Samuel L. Jackson's in and also follows the same Western theme as as Django. It's Hateful Eight. Hateful Eight is such a great movie. Walton Goggins is in it. He's one of my favorite actors. Just because I fucking love his characters. I love that guy. And such a great actor. But Hateful Eight was a great movie. Especially the detail and just the whole period of it. I love that stuff. So, that's my top 5. 6th place is Catch Me If You Can, which is Leonardo and Tom Hanks. And the reason being is because it made me realize, wow, like, shit, like, there's, like, yeah, it's a different period. It's like the 60s, 70s. But at the same time, like, wow, it made me realize, one, how much we've advanced as society since then, because individuals were able to, fake everything about them. And even to a degree, we still can, but to a degree. But it's just, it's such a cool movie. I loved it. And then 7th was Scent of a Woman. Because that one, the scenes that solidified that for me is one of the last ones, which was about when Pacino was blasting off to the whole goddamn student board. Thought it was a great speech. But one of the other ones was when he describes women, because that just was like, damn, that's such a, like, it was so genuine and beautiful, just like, but at the same time, I love his character. Just like, favorite line is like, you ever smelled a handful of curls, or you ever like, just talking about all those details, like, whatever. I don't want to say all of it because I am gonna butcher the fuck out of it, and I don't want to do it a disservice. But those scenes were great, and even when I hated the main character, but Pacino was fantastic in it. So I think I may have to go switch and push Scent of a Woman to 8, and what's its face, Catch Me If You Can at 7, and at 6 put Goodfellas. I don't think even though Goodfellas is such a great movie, I think that there's so much other details that put like Hateful Eight and Django first over Goodfellas, but at the same time, Goodfellas is easily a top 10 movie of all time in my opinion. Now, saddest movies wise, fuck, it was like Hatchie's like almost number 1 for me. If not, I think it is. Like, I watched Schindler's List, and it was like sad, but it was more like a humane type of sad, like wow, like, it's more like, if you didn't know for some fucking reason that the movie was about something real, or like real shit that happened, and like he's a real person and all that stuff. Like if you didn't know that, it'd be like, you know, that's a pretty good movie. But I think the thing that makes it sadder is knowing it's real. It's based on a real person. But overall, like I said, I like dogs more than people. So fucking Hatchet was sad as shit. I remember watched that. I was like maybe 5. Still remember that fucking movie. Cried like 3 times during that movie. And I wasn't like one to cry over fucking everything, but I mean, I did cry at times. I was fucking 5, but still. It's just so sad. Anyways, another one was the weirdest gift you got. Now, I think the weirdest gift I got was, I mean, I don't know. It was like razors. Like, I understood it, but like, because I had just started shaving, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like 13, 14. Like, okay. I didn't use them for a long time because I had just shaved, like, my first time. It wasn't meaning I was like growing a beard every fucking 3 days. Like, now I gotta shave. I should shave like twice a week now. Now I'll do it like once a week and like every week and a half. But once we hit like day 4, it's already like starting to blend with my sideburns. So I gotta kind of get on it. So I shave about every 4 days. Like I just shaved last night. I should shave about every 3 days, but I like to keep it 4. Just kind of spaces it out a bit. Plus, I don't fucking always remember to shave. But I guess the craziest gift I got to myself was this. It's a Mont Blanc JFK ballpoint pen, burgundy. Now I like the blue one, that's JFK, but burgundy, like I said, it's a little more special than a blue. It's burgundy or Bordeaux. So I went Bordeaux. That one was kind of the craziest gift I ever got myself. People ask me, why the fuck would you buy that? Because I wanted to. Like, I really don't have another response other than I wanted to, and I think that it's amazing. It's a pen, right? I paid, after taxes, it's about $1,100. But I mean, fuck it. If Mr. Wonderful can have it, I can have it. And well, unless it's like a fucking, like some of his Mont Blancs are 1 of 1. Doesn't mean I'm gonna get one, but still, you know what I mean. This one's available in mass public, and it's only 1,000. So wasn't even like, it's hard to justify like $2K. I mean, unless you have the money or a shitload of it, then it's like, yeah, why not? But for me, it was 1,000. So, and by that point, I hadn't moved out yet and shit, and I wasn't planning on moving out. I just turned 18. But, you know, now we're here. And I guess to finish the questions, one was about my job. So some people know what I do. I work at a bank. I started my job as soon as I turned 18. I had gotten my position 11 days after I turned 18. So not even 2 weeks, right? I started about 3 weeks after I turned 18, so I've been doing this ever since. And I gotta say, working on salary rather than hourly is, at 18, it's different. Just because at 18, like, at least I don't know any fucking 18-year-olds that are like this. So it's different. It's cool though, because it's just like I don't gotta worry about hours. It's like I already know what I'm gonna get each paycheck, stuff like that. But at the same time, I want to be able to work more hours. That's what I like about hourly jobs, is that it's like, hey, we need overtime. Cool, I'll take some overtime for sure. And then it's just how much can you give me in overtime. Where here you're less likely to get overtime. Anyways, one was what has banking taught you? Now I gotta say, banking, it's different. Just because previous to this job, I had stepped in a bank one time in my entire life. I was 9 years old. And I think it was a Jefferson Bank or a Wells Fargo. I think it was Wells Fargo, actually. And so, and it was all right. I mean, I was like 8, maybe 9. But now working at a bank is like entirely different. Takes me fucking forever to iron, but I'm tired as shit. Still got a shower too. Anyways. But banking has taught me a lot. But obviously, it's taught me a lot of different stuff just about everything. Like, literally just random fucking banking shit. Had no clue about previous. Like, I barely knew, like, I knew what a withdrawal was and a deposit was. I didn't know what a money order was. I didn't know what a cashier's check was. I didn't know that there was a fucking wait period for, like, if you're depositing something. I didn't know there was a wait period. So, like, just basic shit. Didn't know. And terminology for a bunch of stuff, no clue. So, is it something that I think it's the best move an 18-year-old can do, because it not only gets them experience in a corporate world, in a corporate setting, but at the same time, it's a great first step. It's great experience, it's great getting used to the pace of everything, and then it's also confusing enough where it challenges you a bit. Challenges you to learn new things, learn the technology, learn what all that shit means before you go somewhere else. Now, I think that a solid thing is get 2 to 5 years in this industry and, you know, try to get as high as you can. You can definitely be a banker for the rest of your life, as long as you're satisfied. But great start for the corporate world. Anyways, I am sweating. Anyways, I think that was it on the questions. There was I wrote down, I think 9 or 10 questions. It's just different when, well, first off, it's different when it's just me. Because if it was, me and someone else, we can fucking discuss it. Like, I could discuss why their movies suck and my movies are better, or whatever, right? But for this, it's just kind of just stating to the camera. So I don't necessarily know how long this episode was. I think it was an hour, almost an hour. But I'm quite satisfied with how we're doing so far. And I hope y'all are as well. I know that when it comes to me speaking in front of a camera, for me it's definitely different. But when it comes to getting used to it and actually the words I use and how I present my speech, I think that I feel like I look dumb on camera, but at the same time, fuck it, you try it, you know what I mean? And especially when I don't know how to edit. So this is, it's getting uploaded. Me, I don't have fancy computers and shit. I have a computer, but it's I don't know how to edit on that stuff. But anyways, maybe I teach myself how. Or maybe I have to teach myself how. Regardless, that's where we're at right now. gotta do everything on my phone. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Hope y'all enjoyed this, and stay classy. I don't know.